Chapter 87. I have a contract with the zombie. After scanning the entire area, Sanshi realized that the entire mountain was filled with corpses. Everyone had died miserably. These guys are basically just ordinary soldiers. Normally, they wouldn't die so strangely even in battles, but now so many of them have died. Could it be that the cultivators violated the rules and attacked them? Sanshi frowned. In the Great Jin Dynasty, it was forbidden for cultivators above the postnatal realm and the mid-stage Shi refinement realm to kill ordinary people on a large scale. The postnatal martial artists below were not forbidden because more ordinary people could be surrounded and killed. In fact, even if he didn't know the laws of the Great Jin Dynasty through Haiduzi's memories and according to common sense, the rule should be that a cultivator can only fight another cultivator, while ordinary people can only fight amongst each other. Even if both sides had cultivators along with the ordinary soldiers, logically speaking, they would not attack each other so casually. Even if they did, cultivators wouldn't lay their hands so easily on ordinary people either. However, hundreds of thousands of troops seem to have died in this place overnight. The cultivators that had attacked them must have surpassed the extraordinary foundation establishment realm. Perhaps it was Old Man Nightmare and the other Golden Core realm kings who had attacked. They've completely broken the rules. Now, the Great Jin Dynasty officials won't follow the rules anymore. They're going to start killing cultivators too. Sanshi saw that the situation was rapidly deteriorating. The world was going to be in complete chaos. He walked over and observed the situation, then he realized that many people were in various postures of struggling before they die. Some were reaching out to grab something and some had crawled forward in all fours with all their might. Without exception, the soldiers who all died did not manage to get too far away. They must have been tricked by something and could not escape in time. I'm afraid that the rebel army pretended to be unassuming in order to lure the enemy in and then use the poisonous environment of the 1,000 Poisons mountain range to destroy them all in one go. Sanshi deduced what had happened. He lowered his body and took out a silver needle to insert into the dried corpse. A wisp of poisonous gas leaked out. Poisoned. He checked a few more people and all of them showed signs of poisoning. He discovered some small red dots beside one person's ear. He thought of something and injected a trace of 9 Yan true energy into this person. The power of extreme Yan immediately made the dry corpse's head turn red. A green spider with a red tail could not take it anymore and quickly crawled out. It wanted to escape, but it was slapped by Sanshi. The power of fire immediately turned it into a pile of charcoal dust. It landed on the ground and trembled before dying on the spot. There's also the use of poisonous insects. Looks like it's not as simple as poison gas. Sanshi was deep in thought as he stared blankly at the thick fog in the mountain. This was the 1,000 Poisons mountain range. As long as one had the means, they could easily summon all kinds of poisonous creatures and create a large-scale poisonous attack of both gas and creatures. If he was not wrong, the enemy first used the poisonous fog to disarm the army, and then used the poisonous insects to kill those who were still alive. How could ordinary soldiers withstand these two fatal blows? This was the first time he felt that in a world with cultivators, wars were even more cruel than what he knew of. Shit, the rebel army has achieved such a great victory. Silken City is probably in trouble. He came back to his senses and hurriedly took out his message talisman, preparing to return to his family after telling Chen Yaling the news. Little brother, I advise you not to spread any news. Wait for them to check it out themselves. A strange and shriveled voice appeared behind Sanshi, causing him to have goosebumps. He did not dare to move rashly. He turned around and saw a mummy looking at him expressionlessly with red flames in its eyes. The dried corpse wore simple clothes and had a jade hairpin stuck in its head. Its skin was red and it emitted a scorching aura. It was clearly not a normal soldier and its outer appearance looked more like a scholar. But it was definitely not a normal person. Not to mention that he didn't notice it when it sneakily approached. Just the fluctuations it emitted at this moment already gave his divine sense a huge feeling of pressure. His mind was heavy, as if he was being pressed down by a mountain. What is this? It doesn't look like a human, nor does it look like a so-called zombie. Sanshi was shocked. The zombies he had encountered before were all cold. Why was this thing so hot like a furnace? Ah! A faint scream came from afar. Sanshi's expression changed. Could it be that the other guys were in danger too? Little guy, don't be surprised. I'm a corpse cultivator from the Hideragami lineage. One and not an ordinary low-level zombie. Nor am I a zombie from the other lineages. Naturally, I'm not cold. The scholar-like dried corpse seemed to have noticed his surprise and took the initiative to introduce himself. Hideragami. Sanshi was shocked. Hiduzi did not know much about these aspects in his memories, but he was wary of such existences, because his poison and goo did not have much effect on such things and people. That's right, Hideragami. We belong to one of the four major corpse pots. I've already reached the low-level Crimson Demon realm. It's roughly equivalent to the Golden Core realm, or the martial arts king among human cultivators. The mummy nodded, the corners of his mouth curled up slightly, as if he was smiling at Sanshi. Sanshi did not know what to say. He was shocked to meet such a special existence at this dreadful timing. Seeing that the other party did not move, he asked in surprise, "Why don't you just kill me? Why are you talking so much nonsense?" With the other party's strength, there was no need for him to warn Sanshi to not inform the others. Wouldn't it be more convenient if he just killed him? It's mainly I find you very outstanding. The scholar, who called himself a Crimson Demon cultivator, stiffly squeezed out a smile. Your aptitude is not bad. Are you interested in joining my heavenly corpse sect and becoming a Hideragami who can live forever, fly in the sky and burrow into the ground? Sanshi's face twitched, and he was left rather speechless. What the hell, he actually met someone who wanted him to become a zombie. This was really a big and strange world. There were all kinds of strange people and things. I'm sorry, I'm not interested. I'm still young and haven't enjoyed the beauty of the mortal world enough. He refused immediately. What a joke, only a fool would want to become a zombie. Not to mention, he was already immortal to begin with. Even if he was not immortal, he would not be interested in becoming something that was neither human nor ghost. Was being a human that horrible? Why would he not want to be a human given how beautiful girls like Liu Ruxu and Chen Yiling were? He really wanted to ask if there was something wrong with this guy's head. Was there really any living person in the world who wanted to be turned into a corpse and become a Hideragami? Don't be in a hurry to refuse. Because you're still very young, it's normal for you to be reluctant to leave the mortal world. You might change your mind in the future. The Crimson Demon smiled. How about this? Let's sign an agreement. In the future, if your corpse is still intact, can it be part of our Hideragami lineage? Why? Sanshi was a little dumbfounded. Was this guy so keen on buying his corpse? The competition is too intense. If the corpse of an outstanding person like you is still intact when you died in the future, the vampires will definitely fight for your corpses. The Crimson Demon sighed. Sanshi was speechless and could only describe his current emotion with one word. Damn. He did not know whether to cry or laugh. What if I don't die but become an immortal? It's not that easy. If I could easily become an immortal, I wouldn't have chosen to become a zombie back then. You'll only understand when you reach the end of your lifespan with no hopes of breaking through. The Crimson Demon shook his head. You don't have to be in a hurry to refuse. Having this contract will only be beneficial to you. After all, not everyone will get the chance to have such a contract. What's in it for you? Sanshi was immediately interested in this agreement. Since he did not need to fulfill anything in this contract, it would be a waste not to accept it. Hence he began to not mind making a pact with the Hideragami zombies. For one, other zombies, like the vampires, won't be able to suck your blood. In addition, after the contract, you will successfully transform into a zombie when you reach the end of your lifespan. You won't have to wait for your soul to dissipate before transforming.